Now on midday, within the last 2 hours, Cheektowaga Police released the body camera footage from a deadly officer-involved shooting last week. 2 on your side's Rob Hackford is live outside Cheektowaga Police headquarters with what we know so far this morning. Rob.
Yeah, Kelly, Cheektowaga Police shared about 8 minutes worth of video from 3 officers' body-worn cameras starting inside the apartment building on Sanders Road in Buffalo, where they were responding to arrested individual identified as Hugh Davis, who was accused of assaulting 2 people at a hotel in Cheektowaga last week. We start the video here, and it begins with officers knocking on the door repeatedly at Mr. Davis's apartment. And as a warning to folks, the video here is graphic at times. We are limiting what is shown because of that. Saying they're trying to return items. That was what officers said that were left in a rental car when they responded to that home. After several attempts without an answer and repeated knocking on the door, the officers then noticed the bottom of the door panel is loose. They continue hitting it, at which point it falls into the apartment. Now a man is then seen lunging out from behind and under the door towards officers with something in his hand. Officers yell out that it's a knife. Simultaneously, that man, now identified as Hugh Davis, swings out at 2 of 3 officers, missing them. Seconds later, an officer fires 3 shots, sending Davis tumbling down the stairs, at which point officers rush out to their vehicle, seeking a med pack and AED, calling EMS. We see the final moments of the video of them ripping out gauze and calling for a chest seal. Now, these 3 officers were not identified today by the chief as the investigation is ongoing. They remain on paid administrative leave. Attorney General's office is now reviewing what happened here, taking over this investigation. Here's what Chief Brian Coons had to say.
With these incidents, we look at the totality of the circumstances. This is just not a snapshot. I can't sit and just look at the video and make a judgment on what the officers did right and what they did not. We have to be able to, as I said, look at the totality. So the evidence that is collected, the statements that we're going to look at. It's easy for us to sit up here and kind of Monday morning quarterback the event.
Yeah, the chief not commenting again as officers' actions there at this time, saying it is not clear if officers knew about Mr. Davis's mental health history when they responded. We learned about that from his family last week. We did learn new details about that incident at the hotel in Cheektowaga, including 2 individuals, one of whom remains hospitalized after reportedly being knocked out by Mr. Davis, who was irate about damage to a TV and other issues in his hotel room. We did, again, speak with Davis's family last week. I spoke with his aunt this morning. They viewed this video over the weekend, speaking with Cheektowaga Police on Sunday. They said police were gracious walking them through this. They say they're still trying to process what happened and are sad at this point. They're meeting with Buffalo Police and a funeral director at this time. Reporting on your side and live in Cheektowaga, Rob Hackford, Channel 2 News.